All right, we will switch over to the defensive side with Ben Stille. Let's Mitch Sherman from the Athletic.
Hey, Ben, kind of continuing the senior theme from Brendan a few minutes ago. What are your thoughts about Saturday? A different senior day than I'm sure you've experienced being an underclassman. What do you expect? And not even really knowing for sure if it's your last game in the stadium when we don't know what next week is going to.
Yeah, it'll obviously be different. This whole year has been different. It's really nothing we're not prepared for. Nothing can really be unexpected at this point with this year. So it's just gonna be another game for us, and we're gonna prepare like any other game we would, and go out there and try to get the dub.
I know you never played Minnesota at the end, but anything significant about Minnesota, in particular, with the progressions that you guys have made this year, and the way that game went last year up there, does that mean does it mean anything that you're playing those guys this week on Senior Day?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really anything of huge significance at a senior day, but definitely last year they ran the ball down our throats, and that's something we're going to be more prepared for this year.
Kevin Suits, KOLN.
Hey, Ben, since it's senior day this week, I guess it's time to get reflective. If you take yourself back all the way to your high school senior year, when you signed to come to Nebraska, did you envision your career going like this? And I guess for you, what's been one or two highlights that you've had just along the journey?
Yeah, honestly, not even close. Not even close to anything I envisioned coming out of high school. My goal coming out of high school was, to hopefully be a starter by my junior year, get 2 full years of playing in, and be able to contribute. Obviously, envisioned having a lot more success than we've had. But yeah, it's been definitely different. But yeah, some of the highlights, for sure, that Michigan State win last year. And honestly, the win last week was one of the happier games we've had. One of the happier moments, better feelings I've had in the locker room.
Andy Kendi, KETV.
Hey, Ben, the senior group as a whole, is there a underlying common characteristic among you guys? I mean, you guys are survivors. You've stuck together through coaching change, et cetera, et cetera. But if you had to describe the senior group to those who don't know them, how would you describe them as a group?
Yeah, they one of the first things they tell you when you come into a program is, look around. A lot of the guys you see right here on day one aren't going to be with you when you're leaving on senior day, and you don't really believe it. You don't really think too much about it, but it's crazy. This group of seniors, I love them all to death. I think all the adversity we've faced has brought us all really close together. But yeah, just one word I'd say is really resilient. The resiliency these guys have shown over the last 5 years has been impressive.
Parker Gabriel, Lincoln Journal-Star.
Hey, Ben, your defense seems like a group that likes playing together quite a bit. Is that accurate? And I mean, what about it has made it a group that seems like it really just enjoys playing together?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just like the guys that are still here, especially my class. These older guys, we've been through a lot together. We've seen a lot together. We've been through a lot of adversity together, and we have a lot of trust with one another, and that really makes it enjoyable to play together. When you can trust your guys, young or old, just to do their job.
Sean Callahan.
Hey, Ben, you guys have the potential, maybe 3 games left still. How much does this team want to finish out on a high note? I mean, a lot of teams by this time of the year, obviously your mindsets are a little bit different. What's the mindset of this team with the potential 3 games left?
Yeah, definitely getting a win last week, I think really helped the team as a whole. Just the trajectory of where this thing is going. we know internally we know we've been improving, but it is nice when you can get a win to show that result. But yeah, I think everyone on the team is definitely hungry to finish the season out strong, potentially have a winning season.
And then Ben, have you at all considered coming back next year? I know it's an option. Is it something on your mind at this point to return for another year at Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I've given a ton of thought, given we still have these last couple games, really just focused on just finishing strong this season, and we'll kind of get to that after the season.
Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald.
Yeah, Sean kind of asked what I was going to ask Ben, but I guess I'll just follow up and say, do you guys as seniors talk about that amongst each other much about, whether you'd come back or what that could look like for you guys?
Honestly, no. This group, like I said, they've been through a lot, but the core group of us, especially the senior group, is just really focused on finishing this season that we're in right now. Being present in the moment. All that'll kind of take care of itself later.
Journal Star, Steve Sipple.
Hey, Ben, when you talked about Minnesota running the ball and you being better equipped for it, it seemed like you had some determination in your voice. How important have these last two games been to you guys, holding Iowa to 2.9 yards a carry and then following that, Purdue getting -2 yards? How important is that to you in the big picture?
Yeah, it's definitely something we take pride in up front. Me and the rest of the D-line especially. That's our main job in the Big Ten. That's our first priority, stop the run. Try to make the team as one-dimensional as possible to be able to rush the quarterback after that.
And how do you feel like those two guys that are playing alongside you, the two young guys have come along, Rogers and Robinson?
Yeah, they've definitely made a lot of improvement from last year, especially. I'm happy with how they're playing. Really good to see them just put it all together and be able to do it at a high level at such a young age.
Thank you, Ben.
A few more for Ben. Sam McEwen, Omaha World Herald.
Hey, Ben, I remember when I think you were an outside linebacker in 2017, had a couple of sacks against Illinois, and then they moved you down to defensive end, I think, right when the new staff came in. How long did you feel like it took you to feel like game in, game out, you were the size and the strength and the technique you needed on the defensive line to battle these Big Ten offensive lines? Did you feel like that right away when you made the switch, or did it take some time? And when did you feel confident about it every game in?
Yeah, definitely not. It was something I was having to grow into, just going from the smaller position at outside backer and then just moving inside to a 3-4 defense. Coming in a 4-3 defense my freshman year, it was just something it took some time to grow into. It doesn't come naturally. I don't think two-gapping in general is tough. And it's not something that kids out in high school are used to doing. So yeah, it was definitely something that took some time. I would say not my first year with this staff, but my second year in this staff is when I really began to get a lot more confident in my ability, just be able to execute the defense, size-wise too. I was trying to put on a ton of weight from that redshirt freshman to redshirt sophomore year. I was able to put it on, but it was tough to hang on to throughout the season. So I really needed 2 off seasons to be able to get it on and hold it on like I've been able to these last couple of years.
Thank you.
And finishing up with Ben, Brian Christopherson.
Hey, Ben, this 2020 season has been tough for everyone in college football with the testing and everything just to get through it. But along the way, Scott Frost has said you guys really haven't waned in your want to play and your eagerness to keep getting better. What do you think about this particular team has kept you guys on track and wanting to keep playing, through this and into December, and it seems like you're still eager to play? What do you think the traits are that have allowed you guys to keep that mentality?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a strong tribute just to our coaches as leaders, and then the players on the team as leaders too. Your team's gonna envision and embody really what your head coach is, and Coach Frost is as competitive as anyone I know. And so the team really kind of takes on that persona. And then same thing with the players that are leaders too. Definitely do a great job of just their mindset. I think that it's a group of mature guys, and that really helps mindset-wise. Some of the younger guys, especially I know myself personally coming in, your first couple years, especially that redshirt year, it's tough to have the proper mindset, especially to get through a grinding season like that. So I think it's something that comes with time, something that's built through adversity.
All right, thank you, Ben. We'll have another player here very shortly. Thanks.